I look wonderful.
You do. You have a nice haircut. It's very good. All right, sync. Sick. It's been quite a while. It's been 3.5 weeks because this podcast is a week and a half, if not 2 weeks late. Because I'm the literal...
Does that mean we have to record another one right after this and upload it immediately? We could do that. We could just upload it in 2 chunks. 2 podcasts.
2 podcasts? We
just
could,
with a very abrupt edit.
Don't you have to continue with your conference? And
yeah.
Did I hit record on
I don't know.
Stream cam?
I didn't know we were going.
I did. We're totally going for it.
It just felt so natural.
Well, the only... Did it? The only problem with that is that your conference starts back up at 6,
That's
right?
true. I really want to do a podcast where we just play GeoGuessr.
That would be fun.
I just want to play GeoGuessr.
We'd have to set that up.
I'd have to buy a GeoGuessr Pro account, but that's only $1.99.
Oh, so you can manage it.
I could probably... I get paid tomorrow, so...
There you go. Nice.
Think of all the GeoGuessr accounts I could buy.
With your monthly income?
Yeah.
I think roughly 3,000, right?
3,000? 199 times 3,000?
Oh, no. My math's...
PhD students don't get that one,
no. Sorry, my math's off. Oh, no.
3.
Anyways, we don't need to chat about that. I just wanted to jump on and just kind of do a chatty podcast because that's kind of all that I have in me right now. Sorry about my hair. Sorry about my appearance. I'm literally studying like 60 to 70 hours a week right now, and it's just full-on study mode exam season. My brain is scrambled, and I'm not mentally doing very well right now. But Eldritch said, I feel like you should talk about your exams. It might be a nice little vent outlet for you if you need it. Yeah, I could rant about it for a bit. It's just, I have like roughly 2,000, a little over 2,000 flashcards on Quizlet right now that's like me narrowing down the information that I need to know. That's like bare bones to pass. And each one of them, you've seen them, has like a paragraph of information on it. So it's a lot, because we only have one exam per year, and it lasts 2 weeks. So it's a bit stressful. But I mean, I knew what I was getting into, and it only comes once a year. That's the benefit of it. It's a once-a-year problem, except it's like one exam that could like ruin your hopes and dreams for the rest of your life if you failed. So that's a nice little rant. Sarah actually suggested that we play board games, and I think that that's a genius idea. I think it would be really fun if we like played Life or something. But unfortunately, the only 2 board games that we have in the flat right now, because we're poor, is Catan, and that was gifted to me, and then yours is, what is that?
Betrayal on the House on the Hill or something like that. Yeah,
and I've not played that, but apparently that one's also quite complicated, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and with like 3 to 4 people.
Yeah.
Catan is also with like 3 to 4 people. I always said Catan, and then Grant and Lucas like made fun of me, and they're like, Catan, it's Catan. I don't know what it is, but it's Settlers of Catan.
You alright?
No. But I really do want to play a board game on stream. That would be fun, but we have to get our hands on a board game first. There is an online version of Life, but again, I'd have to set up OVS. Oh, I'm also just going to upload this as a one go. Every time I slip up, they're going to see it all. Hi, hello, this is raw, unfiltered Billie.
Who knows what'll happen? Who knows what you'll say?
Who knows?
Think of all the problematic things that you normally edit out.
I'm such a problematic person. Oh my gosh, speaking of problematic people, can I rant for a second about a comment I got? Which, to be fair, inspired me to just get up and do this podcast. I was like, this needs to be done. And, should I read it aloud? I'm unsubbing 2 weeks without an Animal Crossing video, And you promised a villager hunt live stream. Promised. That's a stretch. 2 weeks ago. As well, LOL, you'll take our money. She's not a member. But you don't keep your word, ... Cool. I don't owe anyone anything. Except arguably channel members. Heyo! And what really unsettles me about comments like this is that people think that like it's a personal offense or that I'm not thinking of other people when like there's nobody but me who wants to be on stream again. You know what I mean? I want to take 3 hours and just play Animal Crossing and interact with the community and have fun doing it. But I can't do that right now. I can't. I study until like 10 p.m. on the weekends. I can't do it. And last weekend, I had a really long shift at the blood bank, like an hour drive away. And then I was thinking Sunday, oh, maybe I'll stream. But then Sunday, I just floundered. Because I had exhausted myself. So I needed to take like a half a day to relax and then spent the rest of it studying. It just really sucks because like I've been getting more comments like this recently and I just don't know what I'm doing differently apart from like uploading more Minecraft and Stardew because Animal Crossing is starting to lose its vigor on the internet. People are moving on and I play other games, and people like them. The majority of people enjoy the Minecraft and the Stardew, right?
I feel like you get a negative comment very infrequently, though.
They're like weekly now, and they used to be
still quite infrequent.
I know. The community as a whole is incredibly kind. It's just when you get comments like that, you're like, "What did I do? What did I do?"
I mean, it's not your fault.
I know, but they make me feel like it is. And it's a bit draining. You know what I mean? Anyways. There's another rant.
Yeah, but look, you also get comments like from Gabriel who said, Mr. Jack and Goddess Billie back in Minecraft. Yes, Billie. More Subnautica streams.
The only person that wanted another Subnautica
Good enough
stream.
for me.
No, Gabriel always leaves lovely comments, and so does Miguel below. And I recognize pretty much every name that comments now. And they are majority positive, obviously. But it's the ones like that are just, you know, entitled and so off kilter, so out of nowhere that you're just like, you can't win. No matter what you do, no matter how positive you try to be, and no matter what sort of garden you try to sow, you're still going to get some weeds. There's nothing you can do about it. You can tell I'm really stressed because I'm really focusing on the negative things in my life right now.
Yeah.
But what we're going to do instead is focus on the fact that exam season, so like next week is when the first week starts. So in 2 weeks and 4 days, this is all over. And I get to go see everybody on stream again. And I get to be somewhat back to normal. And then I start 40-hour-a-week placements. But, you know.
At least you don't have to study for those.
Exactly, yes. You know what's going to be really fun is next year, in 4th year, on my breaks, I get to just study for the NAVLE, that like 8-hour-long boards exam. It's just going to be like a year and a half of studying. It's going to be great. Exam season's going to last like a year. It's going to be really fun. Looking forward to it. Really glad I chose this course. Really glad I chose this career path. No, I'm kidding. That was sarcastic. I am. It's just stressful when, like, all it takes to disrupt that career plan are a couple of exams. Because they only come once a year. I'm dying inside. This is also why I put off recording the podcast, because I'm just
you don't want to bum everyone
out.
out.
I'm just a negative little Nancy right now. You don't want to be around this. I warned Jack when we started dating. I was like, we met in the summertime, right? And then our second year exams were formative and online. But like this year in like December, I started warning him. I was like, exam season, you're not going to want to be around me very much. And I apologize in advance for it. But I've not been horrible. I'm really letting it out right now, but I've not been terrible, right?
No.
Is my tea over there? Got my tea. Oh, you bumped the mic. It's going to make a sound. Oh, dear.
Yeah, but normally you would just edit this out.
Maybe I could edit that. How dare you?
Yeah, it's too milky.
At least you have the decency to make my tea how I like it.
Yeah.
All right. So after all of the other comments, I got a comment from Liz saying you could chat about your favorite TV shows or music or something fun like that. See, Liz is like, let's focus on the positives in life.
Liz was like, please, God, whatever you do, don't do a really sad and depressing podcast about how stressed you are and how much you want to quit.
Yeah. How long have we been recording? Oh, 11 minutes isn't terrible.
That's a reasonably length.
Yeah.
Long.
You good?
No.
That's not a terrible rant.
I could rant for 11 minutes now if you want.
Oh, about what?
I don't know.
Oh.
Anything, really. I'm at the point of my PhD where I'm supposed to be getting, like, results. I'm supposed to make the thing that I should have gotten results for a while ago. But I don't have the results I should have gotten.
Oh, no.
Because I can't get the thing to do the thing I want it to do right. And every time I have the meeting, they say, have you gotten the thing to do the thing yet? And I go, no, you're still working on it. I did some reading though. And they go, I don't care. Get the results. And I go, oh no.
Oh dear.
So that's fun.
It's very stressful. I believe in you.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Anyway, that was a much shorter rant though.
Yeah.
Because I think I have to stop talking about that now. Otherwise I'll spiral.
Well, you could just do what I did and just spiral out with your own control.
Screw you. What was her name?
Becky.
Calling you out. She'll never see this.
Well, so I had a hard time deciding whether... No, she will not. I had a hard time deciding whether or not I should just block her from the channel. Because that's like the third quite rude comment from her before. She also commented something a while back saying like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you voided Mary when you had a bunch of subs that would have taken her. And I was like... You know, A, it's a bundle of pixels. That's what I wanted to say, but I felt that people wouldn't like that very much. B, that requires coordination on Discord, which I've never seen her on Discord. And C, that would have required spoiling the video, because that video was recorded 2 weeks before it was posted. So I would have had to post on Discord, hey, I'm getting rid of Mary, who wants her? And people would have gone, what?
That's true.
So, again, and so what I did to the comment she posted today about how she's unsubbing, I almost just blocked her because I was just done seeing comments like that. But I've never blocked someone from the channel before, apart from that person on chat that one time, who was being ridiculous during a charity stream.
That was quite bad.
What is wrong with that person? I don't know if any of you remember, but like there was someone who got in a slight heated discussion or got told off in chat.
I forget, because they were spamming or something.
Something, and then someone was like, please don't spam, and then the person who was spamming changed their username to like, that person who told them off, kill yourself.
Yeah.
And I immediately, I mean, Felix was on it, because he always is, but I saw it, didn't realize that he had blocked her, but I went to go block her immediately, because I was like, oh my goodness gracious, are you kidding me? That is so incredibly inappropriate. Had to have been a kid, right? Because they don't understand
I don't know, man.
Like, you don't understand what you're saying when you say that?
Some adults are not
I suppose.
particularly worried about the things that they say.
That's fair. Anyways, but
probably
this is a different person. But normally, I don't block people because you don't want to censor people. You're allowed to have your opinion. So if you're like fine with publicly posting your opinion under a video when I'd argue that I didn't really deserve that kind of heat, I'll spit heat right back. So I just replied and pinned it because clearly she wanted attention. So I pinned the comment and I replied and essentially told her to piss off.
That's exactly what you said that exactly word for word right at the end.
Yeah, pretty much. I was like, so piss right off. So that felt good. I was able to let a little bit of steam off there.
That's good.
Yeah. I don't know how I got on this tangent. I'm clearly very hyper focused on it.
Yeah.
Shall we talk about Liz's idea and talk about our favorite TV shows and movies?
Yeah.
Mine is where... No.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is a great TV show where Becky...
Jokes.
What's your favorite TV show?
Of all time?
Yeah.
See, I feel like there should be separate categories. One for nostalgia.
Okay.
And one for, like, what you think is... like the best show you've ever seen.
What I'm more interested because I mean I can guess like Friends or something for nostalgia.
Yeah, Friends
probably.
for nostalgia.
What do you think is the best TV show you've ever seen?
I think Love was really well done.
It was good. I agree. We watched that quite quickly.
That was really well done.
That's true.
Oh, Ted Lasso. No, oh my gosh. Hands
so
down.
Good.
Ted Lasso. Absolutely brilliant.
It's just so joyful.
Yeah, uh-huh.
It's incredible.
It's joyful, but like the negative topics that they touch on, they tackle like to a T almost every time.
There's a and I won't particularly spoil it because if you've not seen it, you should. And if you don't have Apple TV, just pirate it.
There's other Apple. Ways to find it.
It's Apple. Yeah. Just pirate it. Yeah. It's fine. Yeah. Apple will be fine.
Yeah.
All right. And the show's already been renewed, so it's fine. Just pirate it.
We only have it because your family has Apple Family or whatever. So you have access to Apple TV, right?
Oh. I have access to Apple TV because I bought an iPad for my PhD, which means I got a year of Apple TV, I think. Oh. I think that's it.
Well, let's hope Ted Lasso comes out again soon. Otherwise, we're going to have to pirate it.
I'll just have to buy more iPads. But yeah, just pirate it if you don't have Apple TV. Because Apple will be fine. Mm-hmm. More than fine. Most people would argue. Anyway, great show. I wouldn't have thought that a show where the main character is so irritatingly optimistic all the time would be so good.
And I don't like shows about sports, but it's not about sports. It's about Ted Lasso.
It's not really. It's a little about. It's about how it's. There's a little about how sport can bring folk together and stuff. Anyway, but there's a great scene where a guy isn't sure if he wants to date this girl because she went out with someone before him, and then the characters that he's talking to just immediately are like, "Oh, boo-hoo! She has a sexual history. That's so sad. Oh no, get over it." And he's like, "Is that it?" And they're like, "Yeah, just get over it."
Well, and yeah, they tackled that issue in like
it was a 2-minute scene,
15 seconds or something, and it's like, normally a show would focus on something like that for like, minimum a whole episode, probably a whole season.
Yeah,
Ross and Rachel. Yep. So it's like,
yeah,
it was brilliant. I have not consistently laughed at a show more in my entire life. Schitt's Creek came close.
Schitt's Creek was good.
I did not like Schitt's Creek the first 5 episodes, but it really found its stride. Because my friends were like, no, stick it out. And I was like, I don't have empathy for these rich freaks. It's like, I don't care. But you do. You start to care about them. Well, you start to care about David. I think David's the only one I really cared about. David and his partner. Anyways. But Ted Lasso consistently kept me smiling, engaged, didn't get bored the whole time. Like, so easy to binge. And so good. It was so good.
I think it's particularly good for us because it's got a good mix of, like, British and American humor.
Well, like, they just point, like, half the show is jokes about differences between American and British culture. So you and I both relate to that quite well, yeah. It was your mom who was like, you need to watch it. She said it to us, like, on 3 separate occasions. Have you watched Ted Lasso? So, can highly recommend it.
Very good.
I don't know if you can hear stuff in the background, but I've just got my, like, coffee shop ambiance jazz music playing in the background. And this isn't monetized, so
I mean,
peace out, YouTube.
But technically it sort of is, though. Because you have to be a member to get it.
I suppose. I don't put ads on, though, but I highly doubt they'll be able to hear it.
It'll be fine.
Because I'll noise reduce the traffic and stuff.
Also, I feel like a lot of the stuff on that is normally free music.
It's normally royalty free, yeah.
Anyway, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah.
I think one of the best TV shows of all time, which I know you've not seen.
Oh.
But do you know the movies? Do you know the Naked Gun movies? Where's the guy is a detective, and it's Leslie Nielsen, very funny man. Remember Airplane? Mm-hmm. That guy.
Oh.
I just wanted to tell you both. Good luck. We're all counting on you. He keeps coming back in to say it.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
Yeah, okay.
There's a set of movies that loads of people have seen called the Naked Gun movies. Mm-hmm. Naked Gun, and then there's Naked Gun like 2 1/3 or something is the next one. And they're just a complete piss take on cop movies and stuff. But there was a TV show that came out before that called Police Squad. And it was so good. There's like, I don't know, 6 episodes that exist. And I happen to have like this DVD that my dad bought me of it because he found it in a shop really cheap. He was like, oh my God, yes. And I was like, go watch these. And they're so good. Every episode is called like, The Hidden Truth, aka The Butler Did It. And it's always gone AKA, and the bit after the AKA reveals the twist of the episode.
Oh, that's rude.
Which is great. And then there's always a guest star who died during the opening credits.
Oh.
Like it'd be the guest starring somebody, and they're driving a car, and they crash. And that's it.
So the whole show's just piss take.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see why that would be your favorite show.
Someone breaks into a lady's apartment, and she says, "Who are you, and how did you get in here?" And he says, "I'm a locksmith, and I'm a locksmith."
Okay, so Jack humor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful show. They always end the episode on a freeze frame, but the actors just stop moving.
So it's not an actual show.
So they'll go like, ha ha ha. But you can still see them there. And there's one where he's pouring him a coffee. And they freeze frame, and then the coffee starts pouring over it, and the actor's like...
Because it's hot? Actually burning himself?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Right.
But
I see.
It's a great show.
Well, we should watch it sometime.
I love it so much. It's so daft. He always offers people cigarettes, and he goes, "Cigarette?" And they go, "Yes, I know."
Right.
Every time.
Oh, I definitely remember you mentioning that at some point. I'm just making sure the audio is recording. I'm very paranoid today. I'm very paranoid in general right now.
So Police Squad's a great show.
We should watch it.
The DVD will be in the house somewhere. But I'm sure we can find it online.
Oh.
Somewhere.
Should we talk about TV shows we've recently watched that... Well, hello. Lenny's being cute.
Well, you gave up on The Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I think rightfully so.
That's fair.
I
thought it was fine.
I thought it was fine for Disney's first attempt to, like, outwardly address racism. But they still could have done a lot better.
Yeah. I mean, the writing in general just wasn't
And the writing
great.
I just didn't, it did not captivate my attention. I thought that a bit of Bucky's story was interesting for, like, half an episode, and then they just completely abandoned it. And I was just like, I don't,
Yeah.
I'm not engaged with this.
I think Bucky is a really interesting character.
Yeah. I feel like they did him a bit dirty.
And he's just kind of there to just be a bit goofy.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna spoil it.
Okay, spoiler alert.
But like, cause yeah, I'm gonna talk.
No, don't spoil it. Just because it just came out.
Well, there's a bit in the last episode where he does something using a phone and is like, ha ha ha, I know how apps work, even though I'm an old man. And I was like, all right, cool.
A lot of cheap jokes.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I don't know. It was okay. It feels a shame. I feel sorry for the two actors, because the two actors tried their best.
Yeah, and they're brilliant actors.
And they're
too.
good. No, of course they're both award-winning actors, and they're good. It's just the writing
The
sucked.
writing wasn't very good. Yeah, in our also humble opinions.
Yeah.
As always.
I think bad writing is often the cause of something being not very good. I think if something is written well, it's way harder to make it bad.
Yeah.
Like Fleabag. A beautifully written TV show.
Oh, Fleabag. Oh, no, I don't know. No.
That's a genius show.
That is such a good show. Oh, is that my favorite?
Because that's just so eloquently written.
It is beautiful, isn't it? They serve different... That's the thing, though. Like, shows can serve different functions in your life.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Like, Ted Lasso makes you laugh. Fleabag does as well, but Fleabag also makes you bawl.
It's so sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good show.
And then, like, for me, Friends was just like that time I got to, my brother was on the television all day. And then there was, like, this period from 9 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. where I got to sit and watch an episode of Friends with my mom. So that's, like, precious to me. But, like, we've gone back and watched it. He grew up with it as well. And it, A, didn't age fantastically. And B, I now feel like it should have ended after, like, season 5. After spoiler alert, Chandler and Monica got married. Whenever that happened.
I can't believe you ruined the big twist in Friends.
That was boring afterwards for me. I lost interest in the characters.
That's fair.
Also, I think they should have kept Phoebe, and they kind of de-Phoebe'd Phoebe. Does that make sense?
Yeah, they stopped making her, like,
they
as
nerfed
weird,
her,
and they just kind of made her the, like, weird one who openly talks about sex.
Yeah.
And that was her thing.
They nerfed Phoebe, and I didn't like that very much.
Where she used to just be, like, proper in the clouds.
Yeah.
All the time. It was great.
Yeah.
Like, to the point where in some scenes she's just not really paying attention.
Also, like, the main antagonist of the entire show is a lesbian, is Susan, right?
Yeah.
And that gets old real quickly. And I think Phoebe would have been a fantastic gay icon, personally. But...
She kisses Rachel.
But that's baiting. That's not, I don't know.
Oh, remember she fancies Ross's cousin, remember? There's that episode where everyone fancies Ross's cousin, to the point where Ross tries to kiss his own cousin. And then so she goes to stay with Phoebe, and then Phoebe has the same like, no.
Oh, really?
And then she's like, ask her out, she's not your cousin.
Oh, I don't. Jack,
Yeah.
you remember everything. It's incredible to me. And I've watched that show more than you have. We've established that.
I think it was implicit that Phoebe was bi.
I know, but it shouldn't have to be implicit. It should be quite explicit. But for the 90s, I guess it's better than nothing.
And also the, like, hilariously overweight version of Monica.
Oh my gosh.
That just looks like a normal person.
Yeah, fat Monica just looks like a human.
Yeah.
It's like, geez Louise.
That's man.
Because when I was a kid, like, they played that up so much. I thought, and then when I watched it as a grown-up, I was like, she's not fat. I was like, she's not. I was like, what are they? And I was like, I remember her being like, you'd have to roll her like Violet Beauregard.
Yeah.
But she wasn't like that at all. Oh, hello. Oh.
Hey, bud.
Oh, he got his stitches out today.
That's true.
Yeah, he got his sutures out. Immediately sat on it when he got home and it started bleeding again. So I wrapped in a bandage. The vet was like, you don't have to put too much of a bandage on it, just something to, if he wags it, to absorb some of the force of him wagging it. And then within like 2 minutes of, oh, hello. His nose is just casually behind my back now. Let's just move some of these so that you can see how cute he's being. There he is. Yeah, immediately made it bleed within like 2 minutes of getting home. I was like, great, let's chop more of it off, Doc, shall we? Just get her done. No, just kidding. Hopefully it stays healed, but I'm really glad. I've had to go to the vet like 3 times a week for the past like 2.5 weeks, and I'm really done with it. Because I don't have time to go to the vet right now. So I'm glad his stitches are out. And he's doing good. Liz also asked, how's Lenny doing? I replied on the community post and said he's doing well. But I thought I would update you here again and say
still fine.
Yeah, still fine, kind of, and got his sutures out. Because he's good boy. Kind of, sometimes.
He tries.
He tries his best to be smart.
He's not smart. He's dumb.
We decided today he's Casper the Stupid Ghost. He's quite dumb. Speaking of TV shows that let us down, I thought that bringing up WandaVision would be good.
We can spoil WandaVision at this point.
We can spoil a bit of it. I think we can allude to certain things, but we shouldn't be like, this happens.
If you've not watched WandaVision, you can probably figure out what happens anyway. I loved WandaVision for the first 2 episodes.
Yep.
I was so hyped.
Yep.
I was on the train.
Yeah. Ready
to see where this crazy TV show was taking me.
Mm-hmm.
It was so fresh and weird.
Mm-hmm.
And not at all like anything Marvel had ever done.
No. Mm-hmm.
And then it just became a thing that Marvel's done.
Yeah.
It just became the same.
Yeah.
And I get that the whole thing is just it's just her like coping with grief. And like I didn't watch the video, but I saw some video how like you can break down the 7 stages of grief throughout the series happening.
Oh.
And stuff.
That's okay.
Which is vaguely interesting.
I didn't realize
cool.
That's what they were doing.
Because there's like denial at first, and then anger and blah 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever they are.
Yeah.
Some other ones. 5 more. I forget. But it just, I don't know. It just was a shame that it ended up predictable at the end.
I think that it would have been so much cooler if they had maintained the psychosis for longer. Because that was really interesting. But then it turned out she wasn't really in one. Turned out she knew what she was doing. He's being so cute.
Yeah, she should have been the villain.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right? It should have been all from Vision's point of view. And him slowly piecing it together like a Truman Show kind of thing.
I don't know. So I think...
That would have been cool, man.
Truman Show Vision would have been cool. I don't know if she should have been purely the victim. I think she should have been... She shouldn't have been the villain. I think she should have been, like, the victim of extreme mental illness and, like...
Yeah, and she figures that out by the end. You still have the same ending. Just a cooler journey.
No, but, like, in the middle, they kind of go for, like, she knows what she's doing.
So she did.
I know, so she shouldn't have. It should have just been a full-blown psychosis. Like, the first episode.
Oh, she's genuinely convinced it's real.
Yeah, she should have just been blatantly bonkers.
Oh, yeah.
I think that would have been cool. Oh, Bubba. Oh. Okay. He's being weird.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think WandaVision was cool. And it was definitely cooler than... Ouch. Excuse you. I think it was definitely cooler than Falcon and the Winter Soldier. For me, at least. And that might...
It was definitely that might
reflect on me
concept.
more. That might reflect on what interests me and what affects me. But anyways, I think WandaVision could have been so cool, especially if you found out about the things that were happening, you know, whatever, outside of the Hex. If you had to piece that together yourself, instead of goofy sidekick girl, whatever her name is. I didn't like that. I didn't like everything that was happening on the outside.
Yeah.
Because I liked the first episode and a half where you're kind of like, oh, what is this? Oh, what's going to happen? But then, of course, Marvel, you know, they have to, I don't know, cater to kids. But that wasn't a show for kids.
It's probably more that they have to cater for international audiences. And like China's a big market and stuff. And so the more complex a story, the harder it is to then translate into other languages and stuff.
You think? Well, I thought like...
That's why Transformers movies make so much money. It's just
really?
It's just robots punching each other. So everyone can enjoy it to the same degree.
Oh. I didn't know that was a...
Like there are
confounding variable.
I'm pretty sure that the reason for the longest time they haven't called her the Scarlet Witch and only called her the Scarlet Witch in this is because China has some weird thing about witchcraft.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think. I might be wrong, but I believe that's the case.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Interesting.
Did you know that Apple will only let people use iPhones in movies if they're a good guy?
Yeah. You told me that a while ago.
So if you're ever watching a movie and a bunch of folk are using Apple and there's one dude with an Android phone, he's the baddie. Yeah, I worry that I may be just getting too cynical and old to enjoy daft comic book stuff.
But they did such a good job with Infinity War. They lost. Oh, that's my favorite Marvel film. Second favorite Marvel film is Infinity War. Do we do Marvel or do we do a separate Marvel podcast? Because we're both massive nerds.
We could probably do a separate Marvel.
Should we do that then?
Because we did. Sammy recently watch all of the Marvel movies.
That's true. Yeah. Like
apart from the Incredible
couple months
Hulk.
ago, we finished. Yeah. Apart from that. Yeah, we could do that another time.
That's true.
But. I don't know, I just, after Infinity War and stuff and Endgame and, you know, I felt like they were playing around with different themes. I thought maybe WandaVision was like the next step and they were just going to full on address what happens when people go through a psychosis. And I was like, this is going to be incredible. And it was for like an episode and a half. And then it just turned into baddies versus goodies. And then you knew who was bad and who was good, and then it was boring.
I hated the Quicksilver bait.
Yeah.
I hated that. I got so excited.
I didn't know what you were referring to, but that is weird. It didn't matter. It's weird that they did that to you.
They did so much bait. They did the whole thing where, what's-her-face, Monica was like, oh, I've got this aerospace engineer friend, maybe I'll call them, and everyone was like, oh my god, who's that? Is it this person? Is it? And there's so much, and it was nobody.
Yeah.
It was just an aerospace engineer.
Yeah.
It was just so daft. Like, I don't know, it felt like there were two separate writing teams, and one was doing the stuff inside the Hex and one was doing the stuff outside the Hex.
Yeah, I can see that. It was a bit disjointed at times.
And also, Jimmy Woo, the whole reason he's there is he's looking
real dirty.
Yeah, the whole reason he was there is he was looking for a missing person. And if I'm not mistaken, they never tied that loose end up. They were at one point they were like, maybe this is your missing person. He was like, no, that's not him. And then we never found him.
It wasn't Quicksilver?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I thought it was Quicksilver.
Was it?
I thought it was him.
No, because he was like someone in witness protection. But the Quicksilver guy was an actor. And so surely a witness protection person wouldn't become an actor.
That's true. Yeah.
So who was it? The dog? Agatha?
Yeah, Jimmy Woo could have been. Like, what if he was just in the Hex?
Yeah.
At some point, like maybe, you know, halfway through the series, he's just a new coworker or something. And then you have to piece that together, one of Vision's coworkers. And you have to piece it together yourself. Oh, wait, okay, now, not shield. Now sword is involved, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, and then I'm obviously not a writer. I'm just disappointed in what could have been.
They promised us a villager hunt, and they didn't give us one.
You're right, I didn't.
I'm unsubscribing from Marvel.
I didn't deliver. For like once. In this whole thing I've been doing for a year. I broke one promise. It bit me in the rear end.
I'm looking forward to Loki, though. But cautiously looking forward to it. Because I worry that the same thing will happen.
Is it going to be multiverse stuff?
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be doing some hopping between time and dimension and nonsense.
That sounds cool.
Which sounds pretty dope, man.
Yeah.
So I'm hyped for that. That'd be cool. And Owen Wilson's in it. Wow.
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 Have you seen the video of people using the big mouth Snapchat filter? And it like squishes it just gives you eyes in the mouth, and it's just a long vine of just Owen Wilson with that filter going, wow. It's incredible. Can highly recommend it. Yeah, other shows.
I'm watching Invincible on Amazon Prime, and I think it's maybe good.
Good. I gave up on it. It gave me the heebie-jeebies, and I'm studying. Creeps me out a bit.
That's fair.
The characters creep me out a bit. I don't know why, but if there was an uncanny valley for cartoon characters, they would be in it. Does that make sense?
Kind of.
They're a bit off. You know what I mean?
Sure.
That's just my assessment, though.
I think they just look like comic book cartoon characters.
I don't know, but they don't. How are you liking it?
I think it's pretty good. Is it? Yeah, I think it's alright. It's moving along at a fairly brisk pace. So there's been some twists and turns. I actually, because it was on offer for real cheap, bought some of the first volume of the comic books just to see how it compared. And
I didn't know it was a comic book.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
And in the comic, everyone is way straighter and whiter. So that's pretty cool.
Right.
In the TV show, like his best friend is gay in the show, and he's just straight in the comic, and his mum's white in the show. But because Stephen Yeun's playing him, they made his mum Asian, which is cool.
Are the people making the show the people who made the comic, or is it an old comic?
It's not an old. I think it's like an early 2000s comic.
So are the people who wrote the comics involved in making the show?
I think they're in a producer kind of role.
That's cool. But that shows like active progression.
Yeah.
If they're involved, that's
so that
cool.
was cool.
Yeah. Sick.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's good Timmy's, mate.
It's great.
But I like it. It's quite violent. But I like it. I kind of wish I had just waited until the whole season was out. Because I hate week-to-week watching. Bums me out.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Because I forget what happens.
Yeah.
Sad.
I'm not used to having to do week-to-week watching anymore.
Yeah.
Remember? That used to be a thing, though.
Yes, I remember.
It was weird. You'd be like, oh, it's Thursday night. Time for Deal or No Deal. No, just kidding. You know. I'm glad we did this.
That's good.
I was able to decompress a bit.
That's good.
And we don't really, like, tonight we're both working through dinner in front of our laptops, so we got to kind of sit down and
that's true.
Spend time with each other, actively spend time with each other, which is nice.
That is nice.
Like tomorrow I'm walking the dogs at, I get up at 6:30, walk them at 6:45. And then I'm going to try to leave by like 7:30, and I'll be gone till 5:30. Tomorrow, have dinner and then work for the rest of the evening. So maybe tomorrow we'll have time for some Taskmasters. Oh, Taskmaster! Taskmaster! That's my new favorite British show of all time! Like, game show. When I would go over to Jack's family house occasionally, oh, is he gonna fart?
I wonder if the mic picked it up.
Do you think the mic picked up his stinky butt?
I hope so.
Oh, they're normally way louder than that. That was like a little poop, poop. But normally it's like a full-on rip.
He looks embarrassed.
Every time we laugh at him, he'll like turn around and go, "What are you laughing at?" He's classic greyhound. He farts every time he stands up, farts every time he stretches. Oh dear. I've tried probiotics. They don't really work. But, anyways, when I would go over to Jack's family's home, periodically last year when we were allowed to, they would always watch Pointless. Classic British TV show.
Yeah.
Just after tea, they'd go, Pointless? They'd just migrate onto the TV room and watch an episode of Pointless together, which was very heartwarming. That's very nice that you sit and you have tea with your family and then you go watch.
It's a competition.
TV.
We get to compete with one another.
They compete with their trivia knowledge. And then, I remember it might have been when we were living with them, I'm not sure, but we watched like half an episode of Taskmaster and I was kind of engaged, but you don't really, like your family doesn't really watch it. But it's on one of the on-demand services on one of our television's apps that you don't need a TV license for. So we've just been like watching an episode of Taskmaster with dinner. And it's great! If you can watch Taskmaster, I can highly recommend it. It's fantastic. It's just people doing just silly, goofy tasks and trying to be creative. And it's all interwoven into like 7 layers of British humor. It's beautiful. It's fantastic. That's all.
It's a good show.
Yeah, it's just a TV show. We've been watching a lot of Taskmaster, so.
It is very British humor.
Very British, yeah. I think it's, you know, I don't know. Would I have the same impression if I had still been, like, living in the States and hadn't lived here? I think so. I think I still would have found it funny. I just might not have understood all the jokes.
It's fair.
But, no, I think even if you're an American, you'd like it. Yo. Yo.
Yeah?
Yo.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Oh, is that you?
Yeah, that's me.
Should you just end it on that's all I got?
Aye.